They were a test of one's mettle, prowess, and skills, pushing hand and eye coordination to their absolute limits, stealing our time and often pushing us towards questionable dietary and hygiene decisions. They've been a staple of the American, nay, global zeitgeist since the 70s. From quarter-chugging cabinets to competing consoles and their related cartridges, this is the gang's favorite classic video games on Yesterdaze.
So, what would you little maniacs like to do first?
69, dudes!
Well, there's your problem right there, Vern.
Hey, Willie.
Goonies never say die!
I know you are, but what am I?
I know you are, but what am I?
And knowing is half the battle.
Autobots, roll out. Thunder! Thundercat! Oh!
Gordon's alive.
Oh, yeah!
It only takes a spark. It only takes a spark to start.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Yesterdaze. I am, of course, your host, Derek J. Huber, and I'm joined, of course, naturally, by Dustin Wyckoff and Jason Tosher. Gentlemen, how are you?
Doing good.
Rob, good as well.
You're good as well. You good?
Dustin wore his video game shirt tonight.
I see that. What's on this one again? I've seen it before, but...
This is Rhyme Sayers Entertainment, some of the finest independent hip-hop from the Twin Cities.
Yeah.
Great record label. I used to feature a lot of their
Twin
music.
Cities, so Bloomington Normal?
No.
Minneapolis, St. Paul.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's from Minneapolis, not Bloomington Normal.
Correct. And they just had this cool Mario 3 style shirt
with the griffin.
Yeah, that's their logo is a griffin.
It's one of my favorite mythological beasts.
Yeah.
Rhyme Sayers has Atmosphere.
Atmosphere, it's pretty much his label, yeah. Great stuff. Check them out.
Breathe in between the dry heaves. My baby made me some coffee. Afraid that if I drink some, it's probably coming right back out me. Couple of Advil, relax and chill at a standstill with how bad I feel. I think I need to smell fresh air, so I stepped out the back door and fell down the stairs. The sunlight hit me dead in the eye, like it's mad that I gave half the day to last night. My bad sight made me trip on my ass right into that patch of grass, like that's life. All of a sudden, I realized something. The weather is amazing, even the birds are bumping. Stood up and took a look and a breath, and there's that bike that I forgot that I possessed. Never really seen exercise as friendly, but I think something's telling me to ride that 10 speed. The brakes are broken, that's alright. The tires got air and the chain seems tight. Hopped on, it felt the summertime. It reminds me of one of them Moosab lines, like sunshine, sunshine is fine. I feel it in my skin, warming up my mind. Sometimes you gotta give in to win. I love the days when it shines. Whoa, let it shine. Sunshine,
Like
sunshine,
MF Doom released shit
Oh, really?
with them.
That's
like
cool.
they worked with good people, Brother Ali. So
Yeah.
and it's video game related. I had my Atari shirt on earlier, but then I mowed the lawn and it wasn't going to be show appropriate anymore. So.
And smell appropriate.
Yeah.
Some of that stank. Ugh.
And Derek's rocking his Silverhawks.
I am.
Yeah.
I am.
Pretty good shirt.
I do love this shirt. I got a lead on Tiger Shark shirts.
You got a tiger by the tail. Hold on, tiger sharks. Tiger sharks. Look for a spaceship with a sail and hold on, tiger sharks. Tiger sharks. Hold on, tiger sharks.
You got a lead on one?
Yeah, I found
Google.
I found somebody on eBay who has them, different options. I'm just torn. Do I stick with the theme of black because my Thundercat shirt is black? This is black.
Up to you. Follow your heart.
I don't know, man. It's hard. These are the problems I have in my life.
I like having a variety of colors.
Yeah.
In my.
I don't know, the light blue is really nice looking.
Yeah.
But no, I'm going to be snatching one of those up here soon.
Black's the standby.
Yeah.
But
It's good. That's a good go-to.
Yeah.
All right, let's get our guest in here real quick.
Speaking of Bloomington Normal,
I get it.
Not the best segue. We have a guest this evening, a very special guest. It is one Jason Tosher's little brother. But we have mentioned his store before and his con. We are, of course, talking about Ryan Tosher, co-owner of the item shop, as seen twice.
2 times.
On Pixel Dan. 2 times. 2 times he found grails there. One being a grail that I had previously held that I almost bought off of you, but I saw my wife staring daggers at me, so I said no to Pigman.
He chose to live another day.
I chose to live another day.
Welcome, Ryan.
Ryan, of course, is the creator of the Illinois Game Con. Welcome, Ryan.
Thank you very much. I'm excited to be here.
I am excited to have you.
Ryan's an old veteran of podcasts.
Oh, I thought you were going to say visiting your house.
Out of the gate. What's it like having him as a brother?
Oh, it's been fantastic.
Yeah.
It's all I've ever known, actually.
Yeah. Well, he was born before you, so famously,
That's
yes,
how
it
it
would
goes,
be
yeah.
all that you've known.
He seems like a good big brother from the time I've known you.
Yeah.
But
This
yeah,
is adult
I don't
years,
know the
yeah.
dynamic when y'all were little.
Most of my memories growing up are going to be Jason being really into wrestling, and my little brother and I'm about 6 years younger than Jason. Kevin's another 3 years younger than me, so he could take on both of us very easily.
Mm-hmm.
And he liked to practice. I remember, what's the 4-leaf clover, leg lock,
Oh,
until
shit.
we screamed, and then he was forced to let go. So that's where we were.
The
Jason
Texas Cloverleaf.
Malenko.
That's what it was.
The Texas Cloverleaf, and then the figure 4 leg lock.
Yep. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Damn.
My leg still hurt.
yeah, I did that. A lot to talk about with Ryan, but
Yes.
I do want to. Some of this stuff is Ryan adjacent. I will say. I think
That's
the whole
what I figured.
The whole show is Ryan adjacent.
We built this city on Ryan.
as far as the item shop and the contents thereof.
Yes.
A lot of things that I bring here and that we talk about on the show are pretty much related to what you do on a daily basis, Ryan. But I have my bag of tricks here, things I've recently picked up, and this first thing. I don't know how you'll feel about it, but this is for Derek. We recently did a show about the California raisins. You remember that?
Oh, dear.
They're dried grapes.
Yeah.
And Derek said, when I was young, I had a California raisins, and I put them on a little stage.
Oh, yeah.
I did.
There's a little piece of like rock or granite.
Polished stalactites.
Yes, and I would put them on there, and that would be where they would stay. That'd be a little stage for them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was at a garage sale or a estate sale recently, and I came across these 4 pieces of polished cut stone.
I thought it was like marble rye.
It almost looks like cured deli
It does
meat.
look like a cured meat.
But I got those for Derek. Do whatever the hell you want with those, but I thought they'd be great. A trip down memory lane.
It's like they're playing at Red Rocks or
Oh,
something.
these feel great, too.
I don't know how close they are to what you used to use, but I saw them and they were
It's still very cool. It's still very cool. I like these will make great coasters downstairs. 'Cause
Coasters
a
or
lot of
whatever. Put your
a lot
raisins
of the
on,
stuff
buddy.
downstairs is
Yeah,
like
put your
real
raisins
wood.
on, bro.
Check them babies out. I need raisins.
You need some raisins.
Couldn't look more like meat.
The more I look at it, the
It
more
really
it does
does look like meat.
Look like ham.
Like, yeah, ham
Like a
or a
delicious
potted meat of
Black
some sort.
Forest ham.
Ooh, a nice old Warsaw.
Enjoy.
The next thing I have here is something I picked up at a garage sale from an old man.
They always got the
um,
best stuff.
If someone's got a pack of like magazines or something, I'm always looking through it. I'm always going to look through your stupid fucking magazines, and I'm probably going to buy some because I love old advertisements. I got so many old Mad magazines. Right there, I think on the coffee table behind you, there's a couple there. I have those crack magazines.
Yes,
I used to
sir.
buy old rock and roll, heavy metal whatever it is. I pick it up. This is something that fits exactly with what we do here, and these are 3 old TV guides.
Oh,
Nice.
The first
I had
one,
that top one.
The first one is a TV guide from October 29th to November 4th, 1994, and it says Special Issue Parents Guide to Kids TV.
Yeah, I think Susan had that one.
Does she have that one? And
No,
here,
I snatched it.
And here it says, inside the scoop on the new White Ranger.
Yes.
So in case you guys are
Yes.
curious
Oh,
about
man. What's the scoop?
It was very
that.
exciting.
Well, let's next episode. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
The next one here is from...
Oh,
December
my God.
9th, December 9th to December 15th, 1989, and this is the 80s issue.
That makes
Okay.
that makes
Look at
my
that.
dick hard.
Who are some of the
Alf
people on there?
makes
I could
dick
I could
hard
probably
or
tell you
Roseanne
everybody on
Barr?
there. Let me take a crack at it.
All right, Derek, you hold it up so everyone can see.
Okay,
and then you
so-
name all the people on the front of it.
All right, so top we have Vanna White, Don Johnson, Oprah Winfrey, Ted Koppel, Hulk Hogan, David Letterman, Bill Cosby, Joan Collins, Dan Rather, Michael J. Fox, the guy that played JR,
Yeah, I know you're talking.
Fuck, I can't remember what's his name on Dallas. Yeah, he was on I Dream of Jeannie. I can't remember his name off the top of my head.
Sergeant York.
Dick York, Dick Sargent.
One of those two.
One of those two. Tom Selleck, Ronald Reagan, Roseanne Barr, Sam Donaldson, and Alf.
Yeah, there you go. Classics.
I love the last one was just Alf, a puppet, versus all the real people.
Yes, exactly. All the real people involved.
That's how geisty he was.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's a fun one.
I love it.
And then the last one I have is from let's see, March 17th to March 23rd, 1990, and it is The Simpsons on the front there.
Cool. That was a good one.
And that's a fun image there of them all sitting on the couch looking at the TV. But I don't know.
I drew that.
I think I did too.
Because you had it, I managed to have it, and I think we both drew it.
We did know you didn't actually draw the cover of this.
Just let's clarify though. I did not draw the cover for TV Guide, but I did copy it.
So that's what you wish you would have had as a kid, because then you would have known when things were on.
You know what? Sadly, we did have that.
I owned that for sure.
I have no
you
excuses.
put in minimal effort.
I have no excuses.
He had
no excuses.
He could have found these shows.
Yeah, you could have found
I
them.
complain on the program sometimes that I don't know when
where to
things are
find
on
it.
or where I like.
You just look for WWF, man.
Well, you didn't
It's in
try.
there.
No,
You didn't try.
I just turned on the TV. It didn't matter.
Last thing I have.
Everything was a
That's
treasure.
kind of where I was. My go-to was like when I get home from school, go to Fox, watch the reruns of The Simpsons and Full House.
5 and 6.
Yeah, back-to-back blocks.
Or 5 to 5:30.
2 hours of just vegging out. Last thing I have is something I picked up in Bloomington. I love going to their Habitat for Humanity store. I always find a thing or two there. And this time I found a Batman water bottle.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
And I assume this is with the big yellow oval with the black bat. I assume this is Batman 89.
Batman 89.
So if you want this, Derek, this is all yours.
You have found me one. I will take 2.
I found you one already?
Yeah.
All right.
But you want to have 2 in case you have a guest.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
it.
The set.
Yes.
Yeah, gotta
Gotta get out.
I need a couple
Finest.
more, and then I can be like,
for company.
yes, for company. Exactly.
For him and Henry
Exactly.
watching Batman 89 for the 500th time.
That's right. Now each of you get something to drink.
Yes, now
out
we
while
both
you're
have
admonishing
something. Recently,
I need a refill, Dad.
I went to, I think it was his spring break. She took vacation. I took vacation. It was the first time since I worked at the bank that I actually took a week off. And I wanted to turn on a movie, and the first thing out of his mouth, he goes, "Please not Batman, Dad." I'm like, no, buddy, Dad's not depressed right now. We'll watch
Derek's
something
good
else.
Give him time.
Yeah.
Derek's good for one Batman viewing every 2.5, 3 weeks.
Oh, I'll be watching it this week. I've had a rough go the last couple weeks.
Batman is something I wanted to segue into, like Ryan's store and the con and all that, because you deal a lot with nostalgia games and toys and what have you. Batman 89. Are people asking about it? Do people buy it up? Do they want those old Kenner toys?
I'd say yes and no. You know, if I got something that's in box and in great shape, like that's always something people are going to be fawning after. The other day I got one of the Batmobiles, and like it was missing every single wing and missile. And as I was going through the box, I say, "Oh, here's the wing, here's the missile,"
Okay.
and I got the whole damn thing together. And it feels really good to be able to get those toys back together. And it's stripped out. Maybe it's $30-$40 car, but complete, looking good, over $100. So
Nice.
it's nice.
Which one?
I don't know the names of them all, to be honest. But
Describe it. I'll tell you. which
the
one.
wings move like this on the top.
Was it narrower?
Pretty narrow, yeah.
Was it black?
It's pretty black, yeah.
Batman Forever.
Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. What year was that?
94?
94.
Yeah.
94. Yeah, that's pretty close.
94.
Yeah, no, you get a lot of
You're not looking for part-time help, are you?
He's got someone that works at the store right now named Spider. That's pretty wild, isn't it?
Pretty rad.
With an I or a Y?
Well, actually, her name is Asiva. And
Her real name's Asiva,
yes.
and she goes by Spider. She's dangerous. I like this.
Yeah.
This
No,
is rad.
It's like a Native American name. So that means surprise spider, is what she said. So,
Huh.
Interesting.
Well, I'm white, so I don't know any difference, so I believe it.
Asifa is a pretty cool name, though. I had
It
to
is
say it like
pretty rad.
50 times in a row to get it right, though. Because nobody else is named Asifa.
Yeah, that's one you have to say like several times in your head, like Asiva, 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 Asiva.
Yeah, she's cool, though. For sure.
How many employees are you up to over there now?
Frank and I are the owners. We have 2 full-timers and 3 part-timers.
Wow.
It's gotten big. Ever since we moved, it's gotten busy. We've got 2.5 times the space of the old store, and about 2.5 times the employees. No, not quite, but we're getting there, and it's been great. It's been a great change. We're away from the uptown area, so there's less bars and issues there, but just on a more main strip where people didn't see us before, so just a lot more traffic.
Oh, it's
a lot
a prime
of new faces.
location, my friend.
It's nice. Yeah,
It's
it's real
awesome.
nice.
So, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So you're clearly seeing a lot of new traffic. Are you finding that most of the old faithful clientele are making the trip to the new space?
I'd say most is the right word.
Yeah.
There are some college kids that used to come between classes and stuff, and that's it was a fun thing for them to do. But
Sure.
I still see them on the weekends, maybe once a week
Okay.
versus maybe 3 times during the. We expanded our hours as part of that as well, so we started opening on Sundays and opening till 8 p.m. on the weekdays, so that there's more time for them to come in. And I think that was a pretty successful move.
Good,
Yeah.
good.
When you say college kids would come between classes up sometimes 3 times a week, I know they're not buying something each time.
Yeah, I wouldn't say we're missing much as far as sales go. Just more like activity, and they would buy things, but $3-5 worth of Pokemon cards versus a $50 collectible. So there's just a lot more lucrative traffic right now, I'd say.
Yeah,
I know
good.
something you've always touted, and definitely something I've noticed, is that part of what you do is niche in the way that you've created your own community, and that speaks to people who come and literally just hang out at the store.
Oh yeah,
you got a lot of looky-loos and people who hang out, but I imagine, like, when we do the con, we try to have some sort of security going on there, but there's never really any problems. This isn't a heavy metal con. This isn't, like an NRA convention.
The
There's-
nerds gather.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
And everyone's pretty calm and understanding of, what this is, and nobody wants issues. It's been fantastic. Last year we had over 2,600 people there. I think the worst thing that happened is a kid, fell over in, the outside area and bumped his head, and he was fine. But that's that's fantastic when you think about
Kids are resilient.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I so many cons I've been to, you see ambulances and, there's issues, whatever they might be. So we try to, anything that we see as problematic, we try to nip in the bud for the next year, and it's been a successful method.
You just got the wrestlers. That's the only violence you'll find.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Professional wrestling at the Illinois Game Con.
Oh, yeah. Have you
True,
talked
true,
about this
true.
on the show before?
Probably so, yeah.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, we
Yep.
have.
Yeah, so I was probably in year 5. After year 5, the local wrestling unit, we're doing a show across the street when we were uptown, and they said, hey, if you ever think of any cool places for us to do a show, we're looking to book more gigs. And I just kind of thought about that, okay, I don't. But
You had done 5 years of the Game Con already.
Exactly.
This is where you're in Uptown Normal, and they had Corn Fest.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
And,
yeah,
and they're
Corn Fest.
performing at Corn. You go get a bunch of corn and see some
street-
professional
yeah,
wrestling.
I forgot about Corn Fest.
The street was blocked off, and they were literally wrestling in the middle of the road.
Are you ready to be wrestling fans? Ladies and gentlemen, my name is DB. I am your ring announcer today. It is great to be back at the Sweet Corn Circus for another year. Give them a hand for having us back, baby! Ladies and gentlemen, what you are about to experience is some of the very best independent professional wrestling right here in the Midwest. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to experience Iron Spirit Pride? Ladies and gentlemen, we have been in business right here in Bloomington Normal for almost 6 years. We're about to go back to our winter home in Normal, the community center, and we got a big show coming up at the Conning Lake Amphitheater on September 27th that I'll be talking about later.
It was pretty cool, though. I could see, I just popped my head out the door, and I saw a guy, in a headlock. I'm like, oh, that's interesting.
They did the same thing at Marigold.
Oh, really?
It was right there in the main drag going by the
Got to get the word out. That's
pavilion.
It's a good way to get a lot of random eyes on you
Yeah.
at those kind of things.
Was that Iron Spirit Pro who was doing it and
I think so.
Marigold?
At Marigold as well.
Okay.
They told me
Because
they
the
do
name
about,
stuck out to me.
They told me they do about 12 shows a year. And when I approached them with this idea, a buddy and I were just trying to think of some more events that we could do for the con. And he's like, well, what do you got? What kind of ideas you got? And I was like, I don't know. There's just wrestling, but I don't know how to draw that in. He's like, what if it was Super Smash Wrestling? And we were a couple beers in at this point, and all of a sudden, the lights went on. I'm like, oh my god, that's a great. I imagine the commercial for 64, where
Yeah, bingo.
Where they just start clocking each other in the field, and I'm like, this could be the worst idea I've ever had, but
Wrong.
but it could be good. So I kind of sheepishly contacted Iron Spirit, and a couple weeks went by. I figured they laughed it off and didn't contact me, but he he responded, "Interesting idea. Let's talk."
Yeah.
And so he popped into the shop, and
Rad.
they didn't. He's very much on the more of like a show, like a WWE kind of show style. And what I had in mind was very different. So we had to talk a lot about it to figure it out. But a lot of the younger wrestlers are super into it because they play Super Smash.
Yeah.
And when I told them they could dress up like Pikachu and Donkey Kong and Snake and stuff like that, they were so excited.
And they had fun with it.
God.
Like
Well, that's the concept. How do you not have fun with that? I mean,
it was very, very enjoyable. That's one of my favorite parts of it because I'm not a huge gamer, but I love what you're doing and I like supporting it. And there's always tons of friends there, artists like Jeremy Berkeley, who's been on the show before, and
C'est la vie, Buffalo.
Yeah, and Jeremiah Lambert, who's done some work for you.
He's done a
for
couple
posters.
for us,
So yeah, there's like friends of mine that are involved in other aspects of this, and local wrestling. That's just good.
Yeah,
good
it's big
stuff.
around here,
Yeah,
and to like find the weird hybrid that nobody else is doing is kind of a lot of fun. It puts myself in a position that I've never thought I'd be in. I'm writing wrestling match, shenanigans, picking out hybrid outfits, something that is distinctively a character costume, but also you can wrestle in it safely.
You're making props.
Yeah.
I made the
props.
belt.
Yeah, you did. It's fantastic.
Isn't it?
It's
It's pretty
fantastic.
good.
It's the best prop. Everything else prop wise, I tried to have that like backyard mentality. So like when Sonic was like fighting, I had like yellow pool noodles duct taped with more yellow tape together, and he was like putting those around guys and swinging them around and shit. And like that, I wanted it to look a little bit more raw and not so polished with a lot of it. When Donkey Kong needed a barrel, we just made one out of a cardboard box. I followed some instructions online to like cut it just right and use tape, and he's smashing Yoshi through it. It's fantastic. Like I never thought it'd turn out so well.
That's rad.
It's like the weirdest idea that it's turned out very well. Like my other ideas are pretty like not as half-baked when it comes to a convention. Maybe at the beginning I really wasn't expecting it to be that, but here we are. And then obviously a storefront, that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't believe they went for it, and the people love it. I
and
think they sold
multiple
out
shows.
two
They do,
shows.
yeah, and they sell out.
They do. Yeah, he told me last year it was their second biggest show of the year.
Incredible.
Yeah, and we're moving it outdoors
Rad.
this year so we can fit even more people.
Oh, cool.
And it's under a big pavilion, so even if it's raining or something, it'll be totally dry.
Sweet.
Very cool. I'm excited. And when is that game con?
Yeah, it's June 6th and 7th. Usually just do one day, and that'd be Saturday the 7th. That's when all the vendors are going to be there. The game room's open. There's tons of food trucks.
That's
and
when the
tournaments
wrestling's gonna
happening
be, too.
and that's when the wrestling's happening.
That's the main event.
Yep,
as it
and
were.
it's 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., but we are doing a game night the night
Yeah.
before from 2 to 8 p.m. where the game room's going to be open. We'll do tournaments, free play consoles. I am a console collector myself, and I set up over 80 consoles at the convention, tons of different stuff from all different eras.
All free play.
All free play, yeah. I'm testing through them right now. I do it once a year for the con, and I make sure I have all the cords and controllers, and everything's working just fine. And man, it's amazing. I also own 85 televisions now. And that's a lot of TVs, too.
How many CRTs?
Only a handful.
Cathode
of
ray?
No, I can't. I don't have room for that. many.
Okay. I was like, if there's CRTs, my God.
There's a magic era around like 2005 to 2010 when like these 19-inch televisions where they take AV coax, a couple HDMI slots, like everything's there. They're lightweight, they're convenient.
Yep.
Some of them even have DVD players on them.
These are your kitchen counter.
Yeah, exactly. I collect these
TVs.
guys as much as possible because I can file them like books on a shelf.
Yep.
You have 85 TVs?
Yeah.
Would you say that I've bought 65 of those for you?
I'd say at least 50.
At least 50? I buy a fuck ton of TVs for this guy.
He does.
Yesterday I bought 3.
You put him on a mission and he
You're
goes,
a good brother.
Good job, buddy.
You're a good big brother.
I
when I
was at
needed
82 yesterday.
a monitor for editing one week when my computer took a shit, and you like immediately were like, I may have something that'll work.
Hold up, fam.
Like that's how much you were picking them up.
Yep.
And it's unavailable.
With the new shop, that's one thing I've really enjoyed too. It's a much bigger shop, as I mentioned. I really wanted a big rack for CRTs, just tube televisions that people could pick up, because I get asked about it all the time. And even when people try to bring them to me often, I'm surprised there's even any left in the wild, because
there's a weird market for it.
Yeah, there is. It's a solid market for me.
Yeah, I recently joined it is dedicated to CRTs. I have one that works in my basement that Johnny Boy, former patron, gave me. He's like, hey, I checked it out. He's like, do you want it? I know you're doing kind of a vintage basement. It works.
On average, I'm selling them for $60 to $250.
Yeah. Some of them are can go for, depending on the model, the style, what the cabinet for it is like. Like, you can sell them for quite a bit of money.
Yeah.
When they come in, I just test them. I test every port they have, and a lot of monitors too. I see.
Is that what happens in the back room?
You don't want to know. Actually, I've been working on...
I do, though.
He does.
I've
He's
been
been
working on
obsessed with
a repair area. Get this, I'm going to call it Repairia.
Repairia? What?
Yeah, what? So I've been repairing my own consoles. I got a couple of guys that helped me for the last couple of years, but we're getting to a point where I want to start opening up to the public. And so I'd like to have there to be... Because right now, only thing in Bloomington is... cell phone and replacement screen shops and stuff like that. And they don't really want to work on older consoles, and they overcharge for it because of that.
Yeah.
But I'd like there to be a service that kind of focused on
There's a market for that. I guarantee
they get asked about it every single day.
Yeah.
So
Hell yeah.
I'm in the
there
middle
is.
of building that out, and hopefully I can
Geek Squad
expand
for
it.
gamers.
Yeah, and hopefully I can expand it
There
to
you go,
changing belts on VCRs and simple repairs like capacitors on other things. There's things that would give new life to these electronics that are sometimes very simply
And you
repaired.
have some vinyl, so you know.
I don't know how much I want to get into audio equipment.
I was going to say that it is a whole nother huge thing.
It's a whole ass thing.
Yeah.
We can talk about the con as much as you want, but I do want to say that in the past, Ryan's had special guests at the con, and one of the guys who sticks out the most to me was Walter Day.
Hell yeah.
This is a guy. If you know the name Walter Day, he's an old man. And he always wears a ref uniform because he used to work at this facility. Was it in Ohio or Iowa? I can never remember.
Iowa.
Iowa
Or something like that?
I thought it was called Twin Galaxies.
Oh, no, I was meaning the city.
The city.
That it's in.
Well, Twin Galaxies was I don't think it was like a huge arcade.
Not huge, but it's pretty
it was
official.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing.
And they'd be like, this, if you want a high score, you go to Twin Galaxies. If you think you can pull it off, you go to Twin Galaxies, and they have Walter Day working there.
And that's how it went all day Saturday and Sunday at the Twin Galaxies video game room. Because of the closeness of quarters, not too many civilians got to see the action close up. I witnessed incredible feats with the joystick, seeing a new world record for Super Pac-Man, and watching a contestant from Alaska scored nearly 1.5 million points on Joust. And I discovered Ottumwa teens had spent about 1,000 hours since Christmas building a computer network from machines donated by local businesses and individuals. It made Twin Galaxies scoreboard a marvel of high tech. And the whole event was even more novel with the presence of a That's Incredible camera crew recording the event for network airing later this year. In the end, the three winners were Ben Gold of Dallas, Texas, Darren Olson of Calgary, Alberta, Canada, and Todd Walker of Milpitas, California. I asked champ Ben Gold if he thought he would win the big one.
Well, I thought I was doomed right before the Frogger, but then everyone choked.
And when you choke on Frogger, you croak. The three winners will next compete in the studios of That's Incredible in Los Angeles. Ottumwa Mayor Jerry Parker admitted up front that some local residents may think this all a bit silly, but he sees it as positive nationwide exposure. And event organizer Walter Day says this isn't the end, only the beginning, with a bigger Olympics plan for the Ottumwa Coliseum next summer, and it just may become a twice-yearly activity. So it's all over now in Ottumwa, the three top winners going to That's Incredible in Los Angeles. The show should be nationally televised in March, and all of the activities that took place this weekend should be on the air. For News Scene 3, I'm Kerry J. Hahn, Ottumwa.
He's probably got the belt with the the coin dispensers.
Yeah.
He's got a big white beard too, just to paint the picture.
He's a character in Wreck-It Ralph.
I was just going to say, if I'm not mistaken, the character that Ed O'Neill voices, the guy who runs the arcade, he is an inspiration for that
pretty
character. The whole arcade.
I met him, super sweet guy, good guy, And I bring him up because Ryan would have him to the con, and he would do these game cards where, like, if you've done something notable in the industry, you have a Walter Day card. And Ryan, you've got like 3 or 4 at this point, right?
The con's got a couple. I got a couple personal ones. It has been a great pleasure to give some of the people in this town their own cards. When Walter's come to the show a couple of years, he said, "Hey, I want you to pick out like 5 people in your area who have really gone above and beyond to continue this either arcade industry or esports or something in this world. It could be game development or whatever it is." And I picked out some people that I knew had been deep in it their whole lives. That really have given themselves to that community, and it was cool to just it's just a little honor. There's only a very select amount of people who know about it, but it is very cool. It is an honor to have something, especially to be associated with somebody so iconic as Walter Day.
Oh hell yeah!
Walter would say at the con, he's like, I don't really do a lot of these anymore. I'm very old.
Yeah.
I don't know how much time I have
Direct
left.
quote.
And he's like, but I like doing this con because it's family run. And it's Ryan's brainchild, but every member of our immediate family has a role.
Yeah.
And we're all there. My dad helps set up. My mom works the con. I'm setting up. I'm going to the meetings before.
Sarah's going to be helping with crafts this
Sarah's
year.
doing
That's
some
a great
really cool
deal.
stuff.
Yeah.
My brother does security, and he helps set up.
I've seen Lorelei at the door.
Yeah, my daughter
It's a
works with
family
me.
affair.
Yeah, and then your nieces, Nellie and Nora, they'll work it. So, it really is a family populates this whole thing. And so I always remember Walter saying that. And then I said to Ryan once, "Are you going to have Walter back?" He's like, "I think Walter is retiring." He says he wants to focus on his music.
Yep.
Yeah,
And at 85?
Fuck it, man.
He'd been working on that since King of Kong was out. I remember he was playing his guitar in that documentary.
Man, that was such a good one.
Great guy, and that was a lot of fun, and it meant a lot that he not only recognized and it wasn't just another ho-hum weekend, but he's like, "Oh, this is different. It feels different," and he said something about it. So.
And I actually got contacted by him this year, and he was doing a bit of a tour because he's putting something else out, either music or a book or something, and it didn't line up for him to be there this year. And hopefully I have him back, but I've kind of cut down on special guests, and I'll tell you why. It started out with 1 or 2, and then I got Daniel Pacina from Mortal Kombat. And then I got a couple of really cool people like Brian Colin from creator of Rampage and Xenophobe and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And just had a cool collection. Tim Kitzrow is probably one of my favorites, the voice actor from NBA Jam.
That was cool.
That was rad.
His number's in my phone.
Yeah, and he did live announcing over the tournament. So he was just
that was the coolest thing.
Yes, doing play-by-play like in the game.
That's
and
dope.
it's been fun to have those. But when it comes to the amount of people, I've tried panels, I've tried a few other things, and I really try to see how many people, if I have 3,000 people there, I want as many people to interact with as many things as possible. And if 28 people go to a panel that I spent $700 and many conversations setting up, is that worth it? So a lot of those things start to go by the wayside. And after a lot of conversations, people do like to meet special guests, but I've only got so much room at the con, and only have so much money in the budget. And I've really tried to focus more on making the convention itself a little bit fuller. So if I don't have to pay for that, I can buy some more consoles. I can buy some cooler banners or anything that I need. And last year was my first year trying that, and I had one person mention, hey, is there any special guests here this year? And I was like, oh no, and they're like, oh okay, I'll still be there. And
it's cool to advertise.
I'll still go.
I'm still coming.
It's cool.
Was it Millhouse? Hey,
Yeah.
Bart.
Yeah.
But it's if it doesn't bring the value, then
And it's not that there's not value. It's just I think that's a focus that some conventions really like. They like to have signings. They like to have panels with really popular voice actors and things like that. And that is cool, but that doesn't necessarily need to be at my convention. And it worked well last year. I might continue it forward. Maybe I'll change my mind. I don't know. But it has been very interesting getting to meet a lot of kind of pseudo celebrities in this industry. There's a lot of very very niche celebrities, I'd say.
Yeah. Still cool though.
That is cool.
come check out the Illinois Game Con, June 6th and 7th.
coming from out of state.
I think it's gonna be a lot of fun this year.
Interstate Center, Bloomington, Illinois.
Patron Mike is coming.
Yes.
Kevin and
They're coming from
Nebraska. Is Kevin going?
Kevin who?
Kevin Clark.
I don't know.
All right.
Hey, you're coming
well, Adam
from 30
Z's going to be
minutes
there.
away.
Yeah.
Adam Z's going to be there. Whole family.
Adam Z is,
Chrissy
he's
is
gonna
looking
be our
very forward to meeting Henry and having him quote The Room and other movies to her.
Adam Z will be our photographer this year. So we'll see what he can bring to the table.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And I missed out last year. Something came up at the last minute. I'm hoping to actually meet an item shop patron and I think friend of Frank, who is also a regular GDLer, guy by the name of Jeff White. Hoping to actually finally meet him. I talk to him in the chats and in the Discord all the time.
You know Jeff White?
It sounds familiar.
I
probably do.
We've directed each other towards different toys. Like he was trying to hunt down a Jurassic Park Allosaurus, and I was like, get your ass to Target. Get your ass to Target.
There you go.
So,
get your ass to Target.
Get your ass to Miles.
There you go.
Who is ready to get their ass in gear for this
Target?
episode?
Let's all go to Target.
You know what? Yeah. Yeah, we've taught. This episode was just about
Target.
Giving Ryan a platform. We've done that.
Use promo code Yesterdaze.
Guys, you want to go to
Job well done.
You want to go to Target? Maybe get some Pizza Hut there, some Starbucks.
I want that.
I want that so bad. No, today's episode is a trifecta of Inspirato. One, it is Nostalgia Nate's second producer pick, as his second pick was to be video game related. Two, Dustin sensed I was a little frazzled and suggested a Loosey Goosey list episode. Focusing,
a lusty
list episode.
Take it off.
Get them titties out. Put them on the glass.
There's brothers.
Focusing on video games because number 3, as mentioned, Ryan might have a thing for gaming. So let's dive in. Each of us will share our favorite classic arcade game, followed by our favorite NES game, and finally our favorite Sega game. Nostalgia Nate was so kind as to share his picks as well. So we will start with his. Then we're just going to go to the left. Ryan, Jason, Dustin, end on me.
Now, when you say Sega, you mean Sega Genesis, right?
Sure.
Okay, because there's like 4 or 5 different generations
I'm sorry.
of consoles.
Not Sega Saturn or Sega CD, like Sega Genesis or
the
cartridge in the top, the classic 16-bit.
The Mega Drive did in the top too, right? The Mega Drive.
Yeah, and so did the SG-1000 and the Mark III and things like that as well.
If it involved a cartridge, follow your heart.
It's fair game.
What about
It's
Sega
fair.
CD?
I just said
You
cartridge.
said no CD.
No CD. CD's nuts.
Cousin John had Sega CD.
I got it in the other room.
Yeah. Didn't last very long.
So, let's light it up with favorite arcade cabinet. Nostalgia Nate's, if you follow him on the Twitter sphere, you are not surprised by this. His favorite was the classic Konami multiple player X-Men the arcade game from 1992.
That's a damn good one.
We have talked about this game many times on
Colossus.
the show. You got to be familiar with it.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah,
the
definitely.
balls, right?
Oh yeah, it's classic.
Oh my god. It's who okay, so who was we've talked about it before who our players were. Who was yours? Who was your go-to?
It's not one that I played a lot, but I watched it a lot.
Sure.
Like, I was always headed towards. Well, I'll tell you in a second which ones I was headed towards. But how about yourself?
I was a Nightcrawler man.
Yeah.
You hit that button.
That's pretty cool.
Just kill them all.
You can't really control where he. It's like what Nightcrawler's power, for people who don't know, is he disappears and he goes to some kind of like weird
The brimstone dimension.
Yes, and then he pops up instantly somewhere else. But in the game, you see him zigzag across like he's teleporting, and while he's zigzagging, everyone gets destroyed.
He's just laying the place to waste like.
Not necessarily true to his power, but it's a cool.
I
thing
think
for
what
the
it's
game.
supposed to represent is him bamfing in and out and just punching.
Oh,
That's my assumption.
that makes more sense.
Yes, yes, but I
His
love
powers only work within a 6-foot radius.
That's it.
it. As long as he can see.
Well,
If you
I don't
see-
think that's right. I think he can do it blindly, but it's very dangerous.
It's
to do
very
so.
dangerous for him to do it blindly.
He reappears on a wall, and he's not
That's right.
Kitty Pryde.
Yes.
She can walk through it.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Phasing. Who's your favorite, Dustin, in the X-Men game?
Were you a Colossus man? Yeah.
That's right. And can you do can you do the sound that he does when he does his power?
Man.
If not, I can.
Yeah, do it, Derek.
I was going to do it, but that's even better.
Thank you. Thank you.
I got to go Wolverine, right? Wolverine's the fucking shit.
There's no wrong answer.
He goes into berserker mode. It's pretty cool. It's not the most devastating. Like
Berserker.
I think Nightcrawler, and I would say maybe Storms is
Storm's
pretty
got a pretty
incredible.
badass
But
one.
you just gotta love Wolverine.
Well, yeah.
Who's your favorite guy?
I mean, I don't know. I'd say probably Cyclops.
Okay. He had a pretty decent
He was
power
my
set in
backup.
that. Yeah.
If somebody beat me to Colossus.
Robertson,
Yeah.
because that was his guy.
We've named everyone except who's the girl?
The worst choice, apparently.
Dan
Dazzler, wasn't
Dazzler.
it? Yeah.
Like no one's. She throws down like some sort of like kinetic bomb or something. And
She
it
can
explodes.
convert sound to like lights and bursts of energy.
Dirty Pop.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you're not
no
far
one's
off because she
mentioning
was a
Dazzler,
disco
yeah.
musician.
So that is the worst character.
Probably so. And what was really cool is there were like there's a lot of times you go and you find the X-Men game. There's 4 players. Every once in a while, you get a full 6-player cabinet.
Hell yeah.
It had like 3 CRT screens in it, and it was one always was like a like slightly different tint on it than everything else.
Yeah, it was just off. I think Aladdin's Castle at Northwoods had the 6-player one, and had that confounded.
I remember hearing that when Punch-Out was being developed, Nintendo had way too many monitors, and so they said make a game that just takes up 2 monitors. And so they had like one, one up top showing like the scoreboard and everything, and one below where you're playing. I wonder if that was kind of the same deal. Like, do you really need 3 monitors in that situation?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I might be wrong.
Give me all of them.
Ryan, what was your favorite arcade machine?
Yeah. What's your favorite cabinet?
Growing up, I spent a lot of time at Chuck E. Cheese. I'd say it was probably the Simpsons game. That was when I was a big Simpsons avid Simpsons watcher and a collector. I collected Simpsons stuff before the collectibles came out in the 2000s. As soon as those come out, I went broke and stopped collecting. So I just any scrap of the Simpsons that I could get my hands on was going into my collection, and that's just one that got all my quarters. But I will say that nowadays, it's probably there's a little place called Arcadia down in McLean, Illinois, just south of Bloomington.
Yeah, it's on Route 66.
Yeah, and they got some really cool.
That's where you can get
units
your
in
kicks.
Sorry.
That's all right. They have a Vector asteroids machine in there.
Oh,
and
really?
It's beautiful, and it's old, and it's tiny, and it looks awesome. And I love asteroids. It's one of my favorite games, and I think just the authentic feeling being on that thing really adds to the experience for me. So that's, I think, currently my favorite.
Nice.
I've always had dreams of owning or buying an arcade machine, and part of that came true recently. I did buy a Space Invaders game in the arcade machine. You said I want it for the shop, and it's in there on free play.
I'm so bad at this game. Like, I thought owning it would make me better. It is not.
It's shockingly tough.
It is tough. Do people like it? Are you glad you have it in the shop?
It's very worth the value of the real estate.
Yeah.
It's people who know what it is. I mean, that was I'd say that was the cabinet that made arcades popular. Before that, there were ones earlier than that, but that was everywhere. And that's for a store that really tries to shoot for a nostalgic vibe. I think everyone knows that game. Everyone has played that game who grew up in that era.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So
It's not like Hubert.
Yeah.
Or that damn.
Is Cubert fun?
No.
It doesn't look fun.
It's
it's
okay
not.
to look at and to be like, oh, cool. Cubert,
Visually
but
stunning,
I'm not going
but-
to want to play it.
And in
not
that
fun.
movie with Adam Sandler, didn't Josh Gad fuck Cubert? Did they have,
I don't know. I
Did they
never
have like
watched
Cubert babies?
Pixels?
Yeah,
Pixels. Yeah, I've only seen like.
I think Josh Gad fucked Cubert. The whole time you think, yeah, where's that dick go? I think you know where the dick's going.
What about you, Coaches?
I'm sorry. Okay, first of all, I've got honorable mentions, and we've mentioned almost all of them.
That's fine.
X-Men. I have The Simpsons, and then, of course, to me, the trifecta of like multiplayer games when I was young. The third one, of course, being Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Okay.
Hell yes!
Great, three great
Donatello.
games.
I think we've had this conversation before.
Donatello's
with the April on the side, that was a bit of an awakening for some of us.
Yeah.
that's the same one that was on NES.
Down
correct?
here.
Is that the one you're talking about?
Which one?
The NES port.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. For NES, it was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2.
Yeah.
The arcade
Yeah,
game.
yep.
But in
Yeah.
the arcade, it was way better than the NES
Oh
version.
hell
It
yeah!
was
I've
cool.
got
that
that
damn NES
one.
version was
Same.
I grew up on it, so for me, it's very nostalgic.
Not as,
I
not
love
as good,
it, but it's still
fun.
fucking frustrating.
It's a tough one.
The underwater part.
I couldn't pick. I have 3 quick ones. I hope that's okay.
No, that's fine, dude. That's fine.
The first
Loosey Goosey,
The first one
baby.
is as classic as you can get, and it is Pac-Man.
Hell yeah!
I have a few things here I want to make note of. Originally called Puck-Man in
Yep.
Japan, 1980 Maze video game developed and published by Namco for arcades.
Can't have that in America.
The title was changed to Pac-Man for the North American release due to fears of vandals turning the P into an F, as in fuckman, which is good.
I learned about that in Scott Pilgrim.
Did you?
That was
Pretty
the
good.
first time I heard that.
Pretty good. I like Pac-Man because of its simplicity, and when you're playing it in the right arcade cabinet, the controls can be just so unbelievably tight and responsive. I've had the opposite too, where you got loose controls and you're like, what the fuck? But when the controls are perfect and tight, that is a great game to really say this is what this era of video games are capable of.
That's my number 2. If we're headcanon having like a list, that's my number 2 game, believe it or not.
I love the iconic imagery and artwork and the cultural impact, including, and I know that Dustin knows this, the hit single Pac-Man Fever by Buckner and Garcia, as covered on the Radio Rewind program.
Fuck yeah.
How great is that? There's not a lot of songs about video games, let alone one
but Buckner and Garcia has done 3.
If you own the album as I do, there are a lot on there.
They had one about Donkey Kong that was popular.
Dude, the whole album. What about Defender?
I'm talking zeitgeist popularity. Pac-Man Fever, obviously.
Pac-Man Fever.
The Donkey Kong one, I think, was their second most famous. And then the Comeback Kids, they're on the Wreck-It Ralph soundtrack. They do the Wreck-It Ralph song.
Yeah. I thought one of them had passed, didn't they? Or are they still both around?
I don't know.
This is from like 81, 82, I think.
Right, but at the time, maybe they were both still alive when the first Wreck-It Ralph came out.
Anyway, I just know I was green with jealous rage when Dustin brought over that vinyl. I thought it was the coolest fucking thing I've ever seen. The next one, these next two are more obscure.
Henry does love that song.
This first one you've probably never heard of. It's called Chubadi Gashi, which roughly translates to Super Dinner Table Flipping.
This is your favorite game?
Is that the origin of Burger Time?
Not even close. Okay. It's an arcade developed and published by Taito. In the game, a player must pound their hands and flip the game's plastic table peripheral in one of 4 scenarios to score points. Now, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the game Burnout. It was a series around maybe end of PS2 into like the Xbox 360 era. It's a racing game, but Burnout said, what if things everywhere exploded and there was damage? And there was a part of the game where you could literally try to create as much havoc as possible. And once the dust settled, the game would reverse and it would slowly take you through everything, adding up the points of the damage you took.
I think that was considered the best part of the game, right?
Or was it maybe it wasn't it wasn't Fallout, but maybe I was.
No, I think you're right.
Burnout. Okay. Either way, great game. This is the Japanese version of that, but listen to this. The game offers 4 scenarios to choose from: a man and his family, a bride at her wedding, a guest at a host club. And I thought, as I've played the game, it's not.
I guess the last one.
It's not a host club. It's a nightclub. No, a host club is apparently where it's mainly populated by women waiting on men. It sounds very Japanese to me.
I was going to say the one thing you've said about this game so far that I had some understanding of what it was what a host club was.
You did know that. And then, Ryan, you said you wanted to guess what the last scenario was?
Class on Japanese culture.
It's Jesus flipping the table in the
Last Supper.
Yeah, no, before that. You know when you flip
the tabernacle pissed off.
Oh, no. It's the last one is a frustrated office worker. It says using the plastic table peripheral, the player has 60 seconds to pound their hands on top of the table and flip it. Flipping over the table results in objects going on the floor, resulting in points. Basically, it's a first-person view where you are looking at events happening around you. People kind of maybe going about their business or maybe being a little bit annoying. And there is this big flat plastic table in front of you. And when you hit it with your hands, it makes a little noise, and everyone in the game stops and looks at you like you just hit a table. Finally, you get to
this guy's problem.
You get to a boiling point. You put your hands under the table and you flip the table up, and the table flips in the game, causing mass mayhem. Not unlike the Burnout game that I was mentioning. And people are flying out of windows. Things are exploding.
What the fuck is this
madness.
It's like a DJ Snake video.
There's a YouTube. We can watch a YouTube version of it later. This game is quick and crazy, so much so that they did create a second version of it. It's James Stephanie Sterling from Destructoid call it basically the best game ever.
Yeah, fun time.
The sequel
Really
had
good time.
The sequel included the 4 original scenarios from the first game, but 3 more were added, including a ghost of a dead man at his own funeral who overturns his coffin with the body still inside.
Such a good idea.
Can you spell the word genius?
That's wonderful.
This is far and away the most fun game you have never played. The last one, and this might be my favorite, and this harkens back to playing at Aladdin's Castle, Northwoods Mall, a Simon property.
Yeah, baby.
Peoria, Illinois, and that is a game, and you guys might be familiar with this one. This is called Lucky and Wild.
Oh, God, that's a name I haven't heard in a long fucking time.
This is a first-person racing shooter arcade game that was released by Namco. Is it Namco or Namco?
Namco.
1993. It ran on their System 2 hardware. The first player's character, Lucky, a sophisticated man in a business suit, has to both drive by means of steering the wheel and pressing on the gas on the accelerated pedal, and also shooting the first light gun. However, the second player's character, Wild, a surfer with long blonde hair, needs to assist in the pursuit with the second light gun. So basically, you're sitting on this bench, and one guy is driving and shooting, and the other guy is shooting.
You're doing one of these.
And you're driving through malls, you're driving through buildings, crazy streets. There's guys pulling up along the side of you. You're just shooting everything. This is 1993 graphics, so a little bit better than like Super Nintendo. But it is a mile a minute, and it's so fun to feel like you can drive and shoot at the like. I don't know that you're able to do that really until like Grand Theft Auto, and even then not well. But this is a screen that recognizes a light gun.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's some more information on. I'm gonna stop because I've been hogging it. But those 3 games: Pac-Man, the table flip game, and Lucky and Wild. Just 3 stone cold classics for me.
Fucking A, man. D.
So I'll do a couple quick honorable mentions as well. If we're gonna go what I would call newer school arcade games, the first Mortal Kombat.
Okay, yeah.
Like for my,
it doesn't have to be 70s or 80s, man.
That one was probably the last arcade game I played a shit ton. That and NBA Jam. Like, those were the 2.
Yeah.
Church lock-ins at Landmark.
Yep.
I'm bowling half the time, but my arm's going to get tired. And then the rest of the night, I'm pumping quarters into those video games.
You go out to the lobby.
Yeah.
Go to that little arcade there.
So, that's what I would do with my friends is play those games. If we're talking like solo play, I really liked the original Star Wars one that you sat inside.
That one was fucking rad.
They had it at Showbiz. The graphics not great, but
still fun.
Decent for what it was.
Yeah.
I've never seen one up for sale. I look around and I can't find them.
That's one too that every once in a while when I come across one, there's something wrong with it. So, some part of it is not working correctly.
Yeah.
But that is a great pick.
I wanted Tron to be cooler. I played it multiple times and I just didn't like it.
I think everybody wanted Tron to be cooler.
But that was a game that I wanted to enjoy more. But my go-to, and it still is Galaga.
Galaga, man.
That is my go-to game. Every time I'd go
Godfathers
to 8-bit,
and Pekin? There was one in Pekin. I can't remember
I can't remember specific. Like Pizza Hut had stuff, and like Godfathers, and
I think every pizza joint around us had some sort of varying quality.
You gotta get an arcade machine in one of those parlors.
Fuck yeah, dude! That was part and parcel. In definitely in the 80s, like
just a stone's throw from the salad bar.
We had Aladdin's Castle too. I had a red Aladdin's Castle shirt that was in regular rotation in grade school.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I enjoyed going to the arcade when I could. It wasn't a super common occurrence, but like Galaga was one of those guaranteed old school games I could still count on finding when I would go to Northwoods.
Yeah.
When I was in like high school and college. It was that and Ms. Pac-Man. Those were like the only real original
Speaking of
style.
like those original style games like a Ms. Pac-Man, a lot of times you go somewhere and it's not the original machine, but they'll have like 20 games you can cycle through, and I feel like Galaga is almost always one of those games.
Yeah,
that's what I've noticed. Yeah,
you can still find it at like an 8-bit arcade locally or something.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that one stood the test of time because it's still out there and able to be found.
And I always
just a good looking cabinet too. Like the art on it was that's half the fun. of these arcade cabinets. Like sometimes you'll see some that's very humdrum, but most of them, like I think once there came a point where manufacturers were like, and you could probably speak to this pretty well, once they hit a point like, holy shit, this is money in the bank, they really started putting a lot of effort into the art on the cabinets. And some of these cabinets look so cool, man.
My Space Invaders, I think it's literally just spray paint on the side. They had like a stencil that they put up and spray painted a few different colors on it, so it's pretty basic.
Yeah,
and that's an early one, and it's
the beginning of the cabinet craze.
It is, because it's like
very basic.
if you look at the one in your store, it's big.
It is, yeah.
You're a crazy
God,
person.
so
I don't know how you did that on your own, Buddha. But it's not like a standard. When you think of like a traditional Pac-Man, it's kind of slim, still bulky, but yours is heavy and large.
Yeah, it's got a reflection screen, so the monitor's facing upwards from the bottom.
Yeah.
And when I got it, it was kind of on like an icy day. I went to this guy's basement. He had a door that you could kind of go out into the backyard and then up a hill, and then unfortunately I was by myself, and I don't know how I made it.
Happy your life.
Me too. Glad it still works, and I didn't fall down the hill with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fantastic to own. But also one of my biggest regrets, I'd say, as far as things that I've sold, is I had a cocktail Galaga. And it came out of a Pizza Hut.
Uh-huh.
The guy who bought it,
I get a little dramatic when it comes to the cocktails.
And
those were wonderful.
It had the original key fob to it and everything too, so it had like the little box art kind of look on it. It was fantastic. And I did sell it to a collector, a guy who had, I think, already about 24 machines. So it went to a good home. I know it did.
That's the upside. When you sell it and you know it's going to somebody who is truly going to appreciate it.
And I think the thing
there is a good feeling.
Yeah, and they're lighter weight, but they do take up quite a bit of room.
Yeah.
And I have only so long I can look down at a cocktail table. Like I can't play like.
Yeah, we're not 7 anymore.
Yeah, it's rough. But the cool thing about Galaga is like you kind of like. It looked, like your ship spun around from the outside and faced inward, and it was honestly super cool. Yeah, I obviously I have mixed feelings about selling it.
Yeah, that's how I feel about my jukebox.
Yeah. What did it take? Did it take vinyls or like?
Oh yeah, it played. I think I had like 50 45s in it, and it was vintage 60s Seaberg, and had it set up for free play in the store, full of current and classics, and people could just come in and play whatever they wanted, and it sounded great. I'd shut off what I was playing, of course, and let people do that. And eventually I had to shift our floor plan, and I had to move it from where it was, and then at that point it just wasn't in a good place for it to be operational, so I just unplugged it. And enough people kept inquiring about it being for sale that I was like,
might be time.
And I was like, I'm not really using it. I just got divorced. Yeah, I could probably use that money for some other stuff right now, and I sold it for what I paid for it.
Oh, good.
So yeah, it was a good run.
I'm at a crossroads with a piece of the collection right now, especially that the office is in position to start getting put together.
Not Eternia.
No, hell no. But there is a piece of. I'll talk about it later, but it's. I've talked to a couple of people. Like, I'm thinking about letting this go.
Let it go, let it go. Can't hold it back anymore. Let it go, let it go. Turn away and slam the door. I don't care what they're going to say. Let the storm rage on. The cold never bothered me anyway.
And like, you could probably put that money towards stuff you're more passionate about. So we'll see. I don't think I'm going to regret letting it go, aside from the fact that it is a little. It is honestly.
Now you have to tell us. You keep talking about it. What is the
that's
thing?
true. I have the Spider-Man movie reel, preview reel. It's actual.
I remember you talking about this. Yeah,
and it's the original preview
with the Twin Towers.
With the Twin Towers.
Yeah,
and I'm thinking about selling it. I'm thinking about selling it.
You got any idea what it's going for?
I've seen some that were actually used. I think going for like a couple hundred.
That sounds right. My guess was like 250 to 400.
Yeah, about 250. I think the highest one I saw was like about 300, and that's for a used one.
Yeah. That could get you a lot of Batmobiles at Ryan's store.
Well, and that's the other thing too. I'm debating, like, do you take things in on trade? Because it's an unused one. It still has the original.
Yeah, we could talk about that.
Okay. In time. Oh no, I'm in trouble. It is a cool piece, but it's like I don't have a whole lot of movie memorabilia
for the Twin Towers.
It's an interesting piece of American history, I think, because that preview was running for about maybe a month, and
Did the
everybody
posters go for a lot? Because there was a poster.
I think
right, with
the
Twin
posters.
Towers.
It's like a web between the towers, and he catches like a bad guy helicopter or something, right?
Well, the original poster, I think it had the reflection of the Twin Towers and Spider-Man's lens.
Yeah.
One eye had the Twin Towers, and the other eye had, for some reason, Osama bin Laden.
I know. Fortuitous. It was like The Simpsons predicting Trump.
That's right.
But no, the original preview, it opens with this heist going down. They escape with a helicopter. All of a sudden, the helicopter snaps back, and it's stuck in a spiderweb between the Twin Towers. And I remember seeing that preview. I couldn't tell you what movie I went to go see, but I was so excited and full of hope because 9/11 hadn't happened yet.
Yeah.
And then I want to say at the time, I was carpooling with my friend Misty to ICC. She was a manager there, and I had heard about people taking home preview reels, and I was like, you got to get me a Spider-Man one.
Oh, yeah.
And she snagged one for me, and then literally 3 days later 9/11 happened.
Oh my god.
So I have one. To my knowledge, it's unused, but it has the original sticker from the studio.
That was Derek's 9/11
I have owned a
experience.
few of these preview reels before.
They're neat.
Yeah.
I have I think I also have a Superman Returns one.
People be like,
it's cool.
I remember where I was when 9/11 happened, and Derek's like, I remember where I was when I got that 9/11 Spider-Man.
Where's Jeremy?
I gotta give that-
Where's
I
Jeremy
gotta-
Berkeley when you need
I
him?
got to
With
give
a
it up
good
to Dustin
9/11
for
joke.
setting that one up.
But
They also pulled that Simpsons episode with the Twin
yeah,
Towers.
it is on Disney Plus now.
Oh, really?
What's the episode? What
It's
happened?
Well,
the
Barney steals his car and
season
parks it
opener.
underneath the Twin Towers, and there's like 1,000 tickets on the windshield.
Oh,
You have
yeah.
to go up both towers.
Goes up to the one tower, the bathroom's out of order, has to go down, go up to the
Is
other
he in
one.
blackface?
He eats
No, it's just I don't know. It's just
everybody freaked out when it happened. It was a national tragedy, and it's like we need to pull. all
It was a
this.
national tragedy.
It was. Speaking of national tragedies, here's my picks. Bad segue. My quick honorable mentions. I know you didn't get a shot at honorable mentions. It just kind of fell on our lap here. But you mentioned cocktail tables. The Pac-Man cocktail table.
Sure.
That would be my number 2 game.
Were cocktail tables all like both? There's two sides that can play, and in between it flips the screen, right? Wasn't that its whole thing? It doesn't physically flip a screen,
Yeah.
but like the images just swap, so the second player sitting across you could play. Is that right, Ryan? Is that how those worked?
I've only sat on one side.
Same.
I don't actually know.
And the last time I sat in front of one, I was 4. And it was now it's the 309 room.
309. Let that music right out.
They told me turn it up loud, so I'ma turn it on. Yeah. Said they want to party, so I took them to Fredonia. I got a lot of problems, I ain't trying to worry about them. When I walk inside the party, I'm walking inside without them. Yeah. Got my energy up so they know that I'm never tired. Baby, I'm from Peoria, trying to be Richard Pryor. When the good is going right, then tell me what could go wrong. You ain't gotta worry about me, just tell them I'm tie strong, heavy duty boy. This right here make the 309 go crazy. The bass loud, you can hear it down on Main Street. They don't know about us yet, but they gon' see. After they hear we playing live on 102.3 with Jay Will. P-Town go crazy. They know we gon' shut it down and go crazy. Every time we come around, we go crazy. This right here make the 309 go crazy. 309 go crazy.
It was Green Gables back in the day.
The Galaga one that I had didn't work like that. It was just a screen that faced upwards, and then the ships kind of went around the circle on the outside and shot inward. So I'm sure there's different ones.
Yeah, I know of 3 games that had a tabletop version: Galaga, Donkey Kong, and Pac-Man. So my honorable mention and then the one I pick are of course born of trauma and growing up on Meadows Avenue. I have an affinity for the specific. I love Pac-Man. It's a fun game to play. It's like you were saying, especially if you get just the right cabinet. with the right joystick.
Hell yeah.
And I mean, you are just
Yeah.
shucking and jiving through that maze, kicking ass and taking names.
Makes you
Oof.
feel like Billy Mitchell, huh?
Yeah, yes.
Should have had you tell some Billy Mitchell stories.
Maybe next show.
Maybe next one.
I will tell one that's very topical, if you'd like, real quick.
Go for it.
Billy Mitchell, for those who don't know, the what do they call him? Like the arcade kid or something like that? Wasn't it like kid part of his name or something like that?
I don't remember his nickname, but he was the first person who
record
ever kill screened Pac-Man. He discovered the kill screen. He also held, if not still holds, the high score for Pac-Man. But it's a very disputed situation, and a lot of gamers like to cry about it. And
he's a controversial figure in arcade games.
Yeah.
And he was the quote unquote villain in the very popular documentary The King of Kong. Yes.
Well, Donkey Kong, without question, is the hardest game.
That's a tough machine. People think that the machine is possessed.
The average Donkey Kong game doesn't last a minute. It's absolute brutality.
The mysterious player from the West Coast, Steve Weeb, is here.
He could beat it if he'd have to have a really good game.
You want to put a score up, you're competing against everybody in the world.
It's not even about Donkey Kong anymore.
He's a very devious person. He works things out to his ends very well.
Well, Billy Mitchell always has a plan.
World Record Headquarters can I help you?
Well, maybe they'd like it if I lose. I gotta try losing sometime. No matter what I say, it draws controversy. It's sort of like the abortion issue.
And Ryan had him at his
role
convention.
Well, yeah, he played the role well. Like, and it's so funny because like people think of him as this giant arrogant asshole, and that's his persona. Like that is how he games. Is he wants to. He's
I'm sure it's a mind fuck.
He's 6'5". He wears big.
Mitchell?
He wears big power suits.
They're talking Mitchell.
And he gets in your face about gaming, and then he psychs you out. Like he is.
Yeah.
He is probably better than you, and he knows it. And that's I don't know. Like that's
Or
why.
even if he's not better than you, he's going to psych you the fuck out
Yeah.
and become better than you.
Ryan had house money one year with the arcade with the con.
I was working with the city, and they gave me a big budget for a special guest. I got a call from a woman who had made a fringe musical about Billy Mitchell's life, not just the stuff that we know, but also like his hot sauce and restaurant business stuff and things like that too. And I said, what a great weird idea. And they're like, I'd love to perform it at the con. I brought it up to the city, and they're like, no way. But I was like, well, they still have contact with Billy Mitchell. Should we have him there? And they're like, I don't know, he's controversial. I was like, yeah, but he'll probably bring people.
He'll bring people.
Yeah, and it's Billy Mitchell, man. Like, this is a name. Like,
it's
a name.
Yeah.
So I did have some people be like,
I guarantee we had more turnout for the Marigold parade or the homecoming parade this year because Lion-O, Larry Kenny was there.
Sure, yeah.
A name is a name. It's going to draw people in, right, wrong, or indifferent.
This is the poster from the musical made about Billy Mitchell, Arcade Fire: The Redemption of Billy Mitchell, which it wasn't originally about that. It was villainizing him originally, wasn't it? And then they switched it when he
got into the when they actually got in contact with him.
Yeah.
They switched to Team Billy for sure.
I have all the signatures of the people there, and then Billy signed it for me. And then I don't know. You guys ever see that skull that's sitting over there?
Yeah,
is that Billy's skull?
I killed Billy Mitchell and I bleached his fucking skull.
Bleached his bones, damn it.
The skull on there, the skull under my TV there is wearing glasses, he's smoking a cigarette. He's also got he's also balding. He's got hair around him. Mm-hmm. That hair came from one of the actors from this. It was his beard that he had taped on.
He was playing Walter Day.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. So that's the fake Walt. That's what that is. Yes. That's what that is.
This whole time. It was Walter Day's head.
Tell him how
he didn't retire.
Tell him how you got it.
He's dead.
I went up there and I said, I forget. I talked to the guy. I was like, hey, would you sign this? And I think the guy thought I was fucking with him because that guy did not want to be there.
No, he seemed like a good actor who just ended up in this shit show. And he was just like, I hate that I'm part of this, but
what did I do?
Yeah, but I don't know. I thought it was fun. I thought it was a fun production. I did my best to, even though the city said no, I set him up at a local game and pizza place in the lobby, and maybe only 30 or 40 people showed up for each show, but it was fun.
I think it was a fraction of that.
Okay, I was trying to make it sound good for the podcast here. I think maybe 20 people showed up.
He's not going in Dustin's direction of easily 2,000 people.
Yeah,
I was counting the employees,
packed, man.
It packed out.
Get it?
The actors count.
So no, I have a lot of love for the Pac-Man cocktail table game. Many mornings, right, wrong, or indifferent, Mom was hungover. I'd fish a bunch of quarters out of her purse and go across the alley to Meadows, God bless it, Green Gables, and get a Sprite from the bartender. And
it was right off of Meadows. There's like a gravel parking lot and a bar that sits right on the road, and behind it were a series of apartments.
It is an apartment that is like picture a cinder block garage and an apartment on top of it. It's one of those.
They're right next to it, off to the side, detached. There's like a series of tiny, like efficiency apartments.
Those are further up the road across the street. They're little cottages.
Okay, my buddy's dad owns those. And
shit.
And we spent one homecoming night there, like our senior year.
Doing what?
Some of those are rough.
It was
Alex
bad.
rented one with his first wife.
It's like barely a room.
Yeah.
It was rough. But you were over there, and so you were right by that bar. So
I lived behind it,
so you could just go right over there and play
across the alley. Go pump it full of quarters and gets right. And if
for the patrons at the bar,
I tell jokes. I would tell jokes.
Hey, I want to play more games.
If there were people there, I would do jokes or do impressions or say silly things, and they'd give
I'm
me
thinking
more
of the
money.
Munchkins from Oz, like Derek's stiff-legged kicking with a little suit that fits perfectly on him, just kicking and yeah.
See, my son does it, but my son's not doing it for traumatic reasons.
I could see you with a big lollipop. You know?
Oh, sure.
Where's my giant lolly?
You got a birthday coming up, right?
I do. But my favorite, and it also relates to Meadows Avenue and living with my mom, Rampage, 1986 by Bally Midway, created by the aforementioned Brian Collin. Got to meet him.
Yeah, he lives not far from here. I think Joliet,
Plains?
maybe? Yeah, something like that.
He started a company in Des Plaines, but I think he lives in Joliet.
Somewhere between here and Chicago.
Yeah, Chicagoland, the burbs.
He was, like Ryan mentioned, some years of the con, there's multiple special guests, but Brian Collin was there, I think, twice. But the first time he was there, he was the sole special guest.
Yeah.
And it was great. I got to talk to him a little bit.
I just came across my Rampage poster that he signed for me the other day.
I've got one of those, too. It's really cool. And he said, they made the Rampage movie. They flew me out. I got to hang out for a little bit with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He was very nice. But there's a guy who's had an interesting career in life.
Very interesting life.
All those Midway guys are thick as thieves, I tell you what.
Yeah.
It's so weird because for them, it was a job. You know, they like Tim Kitzrow. He just literally had a voice acting job, and it led to a few other things that snowballed into a video game career. But even back then, that didn't make you popular. There was 20 years went by, and nobody cared.
Right.
Yeah.
And then when people started getting nostalgic about it, they're like, "Who was that guy that did that voiceover?"
Yep.
And then he's getting hired by like beer commercials and stuff now, and he's just like I swear to God, every time that gets
Recapturing what
mentioned-
felt good to us as kids.
Yeah, every time I hear anything mentioned about NBA Jam, they're like they make a boom shakalaka joke or something, and like that's him.
Sweet
He came up with
sassy
that.
molassie.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if we were doing the show then, but a couple years ago when we had those guys there, that first day we would set up all day Friday, and then Saturday was the con.
Yep.
End of the day Friday, 7-8 o'clock rolls around. All the special guests, they set up their booth for the day, and they're like, "Hey Jason, you want to go have dinner at Luca Grill?" And I'm like, Luca Grill's not bad, but yes, I want to go fucking sit around.
Hell
with these,
yeah.
And so there's like 4 or 5 of these guys from Midway from like the 80s and 90s just telling horrible stories, just the worst things you've ever heard.
Dicks on cereal boxes?
Yes, that's exactly it. I have mentioned it, it sounds like.
Hell yeah,
but I was like,
you talked about it during the Monster Cereal episode.
I looked so gross and was disgusting, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to throw on some deodorant. I got to go do this.
Yeah, you have to. You have to.
I was so glad I did.
And Luca's pretty
That's
good.
some of my favorite pizza.
Yeah, I don't know what you
we
don't
had
like
some
about
pizza.
Luca. Luca's fantastic.
I think the pizza's good. It's okay.
Okay.
It's
It's a
6,
historical
6.5.
landmark. That's crazy low. It's one of the best.
You
pies
get the
in Bloomington.
Baldini.
I like to be up in downtown Normal, and then you smell Luca Grill. I like smelling it.
Yeah.
I like
They're
a different story
too.
Well, little bit of info on Rampage. A little bit of info on Rampage. I was researching a little bit. I didn't realize this about it. Apparently, they went into it to buck traditional gameplay at the time. The game centers around 3 humans that have been transformed into kaiju-like monsters due to various accidents. Lizzie becomes a giant bipedal lizard after she swims in a radioactive lake. George, a scientist, turns into a King Kong-like ape after ingesting experimental vitamins. And Ralph becomes a giant werewolf-like creature after eating a hot dog laced with enhanced food additives.
Don't you hate that?
I hate it.
Are we supposed to believe?
Thank
this all
God for
happened,
RFK.
at the same time?
Yeah.
Just one hell of a day. Thank God for RFK.
It was their 9/11.
Derek had on a movie reel.
Thanks to RFK, we will have a lead on all the autistic people.
Guy ate a poison hot dog and wakes up a werewolf.
I'm worried about poison hot dogs. We're gonna go ahead and get rid of all dyes and any pills that turn you into a super beast. The last thing we want
Is that Super Dave?
is
He does sound like fucking Super
Bob
Dave,
Einstein.
man.
First of all, I'm worried about the enhanced foods making werewolf-like animals and autistic
He was
people.
on Curb with his wife.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was.
Fucking asshole.
He once told Norm MacDonald, he said,
I heard you going on Jay Leno. This is what you do.
Yes.
You put on a big purple pompadour. You go out to the couch. You look right at Jay. You don't say anything for 5 minutes.
The gameplay and objective is simple. Smash the city you're currently in, making your way through several cities in the U.S. and even Canada. Part of the reason why I loved it, and I loved it as a kid, the first level is Peoria.
Yep.
Why?
Peoria.
Peoria.
For
Bill,
those who maybe don't know how to pronounce it.
for those who are a hayseed, Bill spent part of his formative years here as his dad worked for Cats.
Yep.
I think a lot of kids assumed Lizzie was based on Godzilla. Not the case. Based on Ymir from 20 Million Miles to Earth.
whoa.
I did not know this as well. The game spawned 5 sequels between 97 and 2006. 2018, of course, saw a film adaptation by Warner Brothers, as well as a reboot of the game and a toy line as well. For me, why I loved it, it was at the now I think it is Meadows Avenue Tap. But once upon a time, it was a laundromat. And that is where Mom and I went to go do laundry, and I would just feed quarters in that. As soon as we walk in, I'd see that opening screen, that gorilla fist punching out, holding the girl.
Yeah.
Her, the wind blowing her hair. I love Rampage. If I ever have a shot to buy at a reasonable price a working Rampage cabinet, it's going to be...
It's going in the office.
It's going in the vintage basement, baby.
I'll let you know if I find anything.
Let me know.
Yeah.
Let me know. I'm willing to piss Shauna off and buy that.
That was usually the first one.
I have 3 fucking dogs. You're goddamn right I'll buy it.
That was usually the first one I would go play at 8-bit.
Same.
Down on
Same.
Water Street.
I'd go straight to Rampage.
If it wasn't taken already.
Tucked way into the back there.
Yeah.
But that was a fun one. Now, Peoria, now correct me if I'm wrong, it's first because he hated Peoria. Is that right?
It could be.
I thought it was
I
like,
didn't
I
know
fucking
that,
hate
yeah.
this. Let's floor it.
I thought it was an homage, but very could be.
Okay.
One of the few games I ever beat.
Oh, really?
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
You make it to the moon, right?
But I beat it on Nintendo, not in
okay.
the
You beat it on a
arcade.
port?
Like,
Okay.
I played it all the time in the arcade, but yeah, like, that was actually a game I saw to the end. That
Yeah.
was not a common occurrence.
The last level's the moon?
I couldn't tell. I did it
yeah.
once.
Yeah.
Huh, I didn't know that.